To Against the Fence. This is the place to be if you're obsessed and passionate about the UFC. This is also the place to be because this is the biggest, baddest MMA fan channel out there. And man, we've got some exciting news because today it was brought to our attention that the UFC will be returning to London for the second time this year. That's two in like the space of 4 months. It was confirmed that they will be coming back, and it's going to be on the 23rd of July. Man, a lot to talk about because there's not a lot that's been announced about this card at the moment. There's been a few murmurs, few rumours, things like that. But before we get right into it, I must apologise. I'm using my laptop at the moment instead of Si's, so if I do go down, if I am a bit laggy, I do apologise. Hopefully my laptop doesn't burn out on us, but let's keep the fingers crossed, shall we? Get in the chats if you are there and you've got some opinions on this, and you might have a few fights that you want to see on this card. Do let us know in the comments. I mean, I've got a few. At the moment so far that was confirmed for this day is Muhammad Mokaev against Charles Johnson, and yesterday it was announced that Alexander Gustafsson will be fighting Nikita Krylov. So Nikita Krylov comes back to a UFC London card after getting dominated by Paul Craig. It's quite surprising that he'd want to, return to the capital, but at least he's fighting a Swede this time instead of a Scotsman. That's it. Few murmurs. We've had a few things. We did post out on the socials yesterday, to get your guys' opinions on who you would rather Tom Aspinall fight, because Tom Aspinall's kind of rumoured, we know that he's training at the moment, and he's likely to headline this card. But I guess it's who it comes down to. A lot of people fancy him against Cyril Gann. A lot of people think that perhaps it might be Taito Avasa, because he's sitting in at number 2 or 3 now in the heavyweight rankings. But I think the one that's closest at the moment, and this is purely because Ariel Helwani's name dropped the name, and a few other people reckon it's confirmed, but it's going to be, Curtis Blades, which I think is a very tough fight for your boy Tom Aspinall. I think it's a good test for him. We kind of want to see Aspinall against a wrestler. We want to know how his jiu-jitsu skills fare against a top, heavy wrestler in Curtis Blades. And look, I've been saying for quite a while now that Curtis Blades is a dark horse in that heavyweight division and has fallen very unlikely in the past against, big, powerful hitters. He's had some good performances. His last one against, was it Biggie Boy Jairzinho Rozenstruik? That one was a decent win for him. Okay, it was cruise control. It wasn't a performance that maybe perhaps would blow your hair back. And it's definitely. Oh no, sorry, not Curtis Rozenstruik. It was Chris Daukaus with the knockout. Sorry, get my performances mixed up. Yes, no, the Chris Daukaus knockout was definitely one that surprised us, really. We thought he would probably grind out Daukaus for the remainder of the 5 rounds, because that's what he's been doing lately. Like the Jairzinho Rozenstruik fight, like the Alexander Volkov fight, and okay, he did TKO the likes of Junior Dos Santos. It was, an older Junior Dos Santos, give and take that. But, it was a solid win for him. But can he do the same against the likes of Tom Aspinall? That's the question. Tom Aspinall, I think, is going to cause him a lot of problems. Tom, I think, probably will get put on his back at some point. He's going to be looking to land that uppercut up the middle that Derek Lewis landed on Blades. That's definitely going to happen. I do fancy Tom via knockout in this. I do. It would be interesting to see whether Tom can deal with Blades on the ground and whether he can attack off his back, if he's capable of attacking off of his back as well. That's going to be interesting. I do kind of want to see it, but look, part of me wants to see a quick knockout from Tom, because if you look at the rankings now, Curtis Blades is in at number 4. You've got Tom Aspinall, he's in at number 6. No, sorry. Yeah, that's correct. Tom Aspinall's in at number 6. So, Aspinall wins. He's straight in there, man. He's in at number 4. Taito Avasa just looks insane at the moment as well. He's on such a wave from that win against Derek Lewis. So he's going to be knocking on the door for a potential title fight. We don't know what's happening again with Francis Ngannou. John Jones versus Stipe is looking very likely for September. A lot's happening. Heavyweight division's popping off, and it's looked better than it has in such a long time. I quite interested to see either of those three options that I mentioned, really. Apart from Cyril Gane, as a Cyril Gane fan, I think that's a nervy fight. I did tweet this out. I think the Cyril Gane option would be a nervy one for me. The Blades one would also be very nervy, but I think it's very close and very tight stylistically. The Tai Tuivasa one option would be the easiest route, and that's no disrespect to Tai Tuivasa. I think he's a gritty fighter. He's going to be looking for that knockout blow, but I think Tom Aspinall has a lot better fight IQ than Tai Tuivasa. But then let's look at, potential other options. Who would you guys want to see? Get in the comment section, get in the chat on this fight card. We've spoken a few things. Our boy Marshall, shout out to Marshall in our Discord chat. If you're not in the Discord, do hit that link below. After the video, he would like to see Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman headlining it for a pay-per-view event. Sadly, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I think later on that year, in July, early July, we have a pay-per-view, and I think that's probably going to happen then, 2nd of July. So, there has been potential options for that 2nd of July card. Talks with John Jones Stipe. We know that's probably not less likely going to happen now. So I'd imagine it's going to be Kamaru Usman defending against Leon Edwards on that card. Or we could see Izzy against Cannonier as well on that one. Who knows? We know that Usman has expressed interest in fighting in July. Maybe the UFC will push it back. Oh, actually, UFC 277 I'm seeing here is July 30th. Okay, that's new. I didn't notice that before. Well, there you go. I think Usman versus Edwards were probably in that July 30th card. Let's see. I'm just going to check Twitter now just in case, because look, we've had a crazy day of news. We want to see if there's going to be any more fight announcements popping off, because it's quite bizarre that there's not been that many. I've been thinking, is Paddy Pimblett going to make an appearance on this card? I'm a little bit doubtful. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit doubtful because he's about, 200 pounds at the moment. July's really not that far away. May is just around the corner. We've got 2 months. Is Paddy going to cut all the weight and get into training camp now? And we don't even know who's going to fight. We know that Matt Frivola, he's been on the channel, ATF Alumni, he expressed interest in that Paddy fight. And after that Paddy win and the last UFC London card, Matt Frivola went straight to Twitter, along with a lot of other fighters as well, expressing that interest. I got a feeling that Matt Frivola might just fall short on that one. But perhaps that Paddy might get paired up with someone that's a little bit less known, perhaps. It's hard to think at the top of my head at the moment. I think there's a lot of options for Paddy. I don't really see it. If you guys have got an option, chuck it in the chat. But of course, I'd love to see Paddy on there. No disrespect. Yes, say Ramkinson. My man, he says, welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe on the video, or hit the subscribe button, like on the video. He says Paddy versus Frivola, please. So he's all for Paddy versus Frivola. I think it's a big fight, I think stylistically it kind of matches up well. Matt Frivola is a bit of a beast. He, recently lost against your boy Terence McKenney. But look, he bounced back at UFC 270, didn't he? And got an impressive win in that respect. So maybe I'm all for seeing it. Ash is in here as well. He says, thought it was Tom versus Blades. I think Tom will take Blades down. Wow. I mean, you think Tom's getting the first takedown? I think we don't know until we see the first initial takedown, really. How it's going to go down, I think, in my opinion. Some boys in the chat now. Your Lizard21 says Paddy is there. He started his diet this week. Wow. News in there from your Lizard. Thanks for tuning in, my buddy. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and hit the like on the video. Let's fingers crossed. It's quite a short period of time. I mean, 2 months is, I suppose, fairly good for a turnaround. Surely we're about to know. Ginge79 says, hey, buddy, has the date been announced for London? Yes, buddy, it's 23rd of July. If you don't know, now you know. It's been confirmed earlier on today. Look, it's been rumoured for quite some time, to be honest. We did wonder, some murmurs around. Are they going to return to Manchester? A few people chucked out Liverpool, but, there's conflict between UFC going to Liverpool, small stadium, arenas, things like that. Bit complicated. So now it's back in London. It's confirmed. Lizard said, I think Paddy versus Zaim makes sense. Yeah. Do you know what? I quite like that fight as well. There's a lot of options, man. There's a lot of options. Ivan Nicholas says, Paddy, a fat fuck, but he cuts weight like a sharp. He does cut weight surprisingly quick. But I think over time goes by, it's not going to be that easy. I think you'd see a bit more disciplined Paddy later on down the line, in my opinion. And he also says, I think he'll cut it and be ready. UFC might give some dough to push sales again. Yeah, I think... To be honest, I think the London card would probably struggle if a name like Paddy isn't on it. I mean, we did see after the last card that, people went mad for Tom Aspinall, and Tom Aspinall's stock has risen drastically since that UFC London card. So I think people are going to be excited to see Tom again for sure. But look, Paddy's just got that X factor, hasn't he, man? He's going to be selling seats. People are going to thrive to see it. And it's kind of got to happen, isn't it? I'd imagine Molly's going to make an appearance as well. Of course, you can't forget Molly McCann. I'd like to see the bottom of the rankings kind of person. I don't know if they're going to do it though. Again, if you've got any options for that fight, Erin Blanchard would be tough. Macy Barber, I think I said before, I'd fancy Macy Barber against Molly McCann. I think that fight is insane, but. Macy Barber's just 4. Is she going to make a quick turnaround against Miranda Maverick? Maybe. I think she likes to be active. I don't think she was as active last time out, but, Erin Blanchard's fighting JJ Aldrich pretty soon, so that's not going to happen. I also said I'd like to see Cynthia Calvillo against Molly McCann. That's a fight. But look, Cynthia Calvillo, it's not going to happen. She's fighting Nina Nunes. Unless the UFC can change their minds on that. Junior79 says, I was thinking Liverpool, but London is fantastic. Look, I can't complain. It's less trip for us. We get to see you wonderful people. We get to hang out by the O2 for the day. We get to come to the weigh-ins. And look, we're going to be bringing you some more content again. The guys, we're going to have a meeting very soon. We want to give you some good stuff. Don't know if we're going to actually go to the event or not. That we're yet to decide, but we will let you guys know nonetheless. Ivan Nicholas says, Curtis Blades, hashtag Curtis Blades Twitter, undefeated streak incoming, the second coming of Khabib, mate. Are you talking too soon? He looks pretty dominant. And like I said, he is a dark horse. He could be in this division. You never know. He kind of keeps getting better and better, isn't he? Can't knock him. Really can't knock him. And, I don't know what the Twitter obsession was with him. It's kind of confusing. Ginge79 says, will you be going to the London event? Yeah, like I said just a second ago, we will be there. Again, don't you worry. Stay up to date with ATF. Follow us on Twitter, of course. And Instagram, of course, as well. We're going to be around for sure. The big UFC sign in the O2 that they put up so you can take pictures of, we'll be hitting that place. And look, we might even do a meetup. We might arrange a meetup. I kind of want to do that. Subscribe to our channel and keep on track with our socials because we'll probably make an announcement on terms of what we're going to do. Yeliza said Molly has a fight signed for London. Don't know who though. Yeah, I think I do remember seeing that now. I think she posted it on Instagram the other day. Say says Molly, I think I've said that right. Molly said in Twitter a few minutes ago that she's sharpening her elbows already. Look, man, the guys have been seriously pumping this up, haven't they? She'll definitely be there for sure. June79 says, I expect ticket prices to be extortionate. Yeah, they will. I think it said that the early ticket prices, tickets will go on sale the 25th of May, and then the general sale will be the 28th of May. if I remember rightly. So yeah, you got to register for interest on that. Don't forget to do that if you're planning on coming down. Ash says she did indeed, can't wait. So yeah, another one I want to ask, do you reckon we'll see Darren Till maybe on a co-main? He's fallen short recently. I don't think he'll be a bit of a headliner. So I think, Aspinall will, without a doubt, headline. I think that's for sure. I think it's pretty much confirmed, right? But if Darren Till's got to be on the card, but who would you pair him up with? Because he's had a lot of beef with Uriah Hall. Do kind of want to see that fight, but Uriah Hall's just been rebooked with Andre Muniz. So that's probably not going to happen. Are we going to perhaps see Darren Till against Kelvin Gastelum? Because Kelvin Gastelum's not booked. Could be an option as a co-main. Makes a little bit of sense. Kelvin's another middleweight who's been at welterweight before. But he's fallen on hard times as well. So, it's difficult. Or is he going to get repaired up with Nasruddin Imavov? Or is Imavov going to fight Darren Till? Because Imavov is fighting out of France. So that could very well happen. I'd be all up for that. Do you know what I would also be up for? All right, it's not going to be... I don't think it's going to be this option, but imagine if they done... brain's going crazy. If they did Cyril Gane against Tom Aspinall, and then they did Imavov versus Till on the co-main, that would be insane. It'd be like UK versus France style. But I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be Curtis Blaydes, isn't it, guys? It's going to. Either way, I'm pumped for it. Personally, I think Darren Till versus Kelvin Gastelum, I think, is a better option. I prefer that one. What do you guys think? Ivan Nicholas says, any Jack Shaw news? Do you know what? I haven't seen anything, my man. I would like to see... I'd imagine Jack Shaw is going to be on that card as well. And do you know what? I'd like to see Arnold Allen against Calvin Kattar as well. Put it on there. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, though. I've got my doubts about it. I'd like to see it. But going back to that Jack Shaw option, Ash and I were talking earlier in our group chat, and Ash kind of hopes that his boy Frankie Edgar gets paired up against Jack Shaw just so that Frankie Edgar can come over to the UK and he gets a chance to meet him. And look, to be honest, I think that's a cracking option. Like, Jack Shaw needs a step up. He needs a bit more of a test. Maybe take on a veteran. Jack Shaw's not like a massive finisher, really. So I think stylistically that pairs up quite well against a Frankie Edgar. I really like that fight. Let's hope so. Let us know if you think that was a good one as well. Ginge79 says, I hope we see Till on the London card as well. Have you been to any live events? If so, which ones? Me and Ash in the chat there, Ginge, we went to UFC London back when it was Silva versus Bisping. That was amazing. That was our last one. And yeah, we paid the extortionate for that. At the time, it was like, it's Anderson Silva. We got to go, guys. And, previously didn't really like the lineups that they were bringing over to the UK. But now, man, we're just getting so much better. So much better. The competition is thriving in the UK, and there's no better time to be an MMA fan in the UK. Ash says she did... I've already read that one out. Yeliza says, I was thinking Till will be on it as because he is not the headliner. We can have a 3-rounder for a change. Also, Gustafsson is always around the All-Stars gym where Till is training at the moment. Oh, yeah. He'll probably make an early trip over. That's a good point. It'd be crazy to see Gustafsson not in a co-main, though. I hope that Gustafsson Krylov isn't the co-main, of course. Like, Gustafsson's been out for a while, and it would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'd imagine he'll be third down for sure. If not, maybe an opener. I wouldn't imagine... I don't think that's going to be the most exciting fight on the card, Gustafsson Krylov. I really don't. I think it'd be a very tough bout, and it will go back and forth. But it'd be interesting to see where... Gustafsson is at these days, Let's go, Frankie, says Ash. So yeah, man. So look, Ash really wants Frankie Edgar to come over to the UK. We'll probably hang out by the hotel and try and get him in there. Like, fight week is going to be busy. I really cannot wait. Say says, want to see Jack versus Song Yadong, but most likely it'll be Ricky Simone. Ooh, Ricky, that's a good shout, and that's a very good fight. Say, shout out to you, my man. That's cracking. Because Ricky Simone really wants to fight as well. Like, it's kind of difficult because, yeah, I think the Song Yadong fight would be a really good one. I do like that, but I do think that Song Yadong needs to be fighting up, further competition up in the road. Like I think we said before, Pedro Munoz would be a good shout for him, or like a Frankie Edgar option. But look, yeah, Jack Shaw now back down. He made the leap into the rankings at 15. Marlon Moraes is retired, so he'll be dropping out very soon. Ricky Simone makes sense. I really like that. Part of me thinks the UFC might just chuck Sean O'Malley against Frankie Edgar. I think we mentioned that before on the channel, just for bants, because I think it'd be a potential fight for Sean O'Malley to knock out. Sorry, Ash, it just is what it is. And it's been confirmed. It's 4 hours ago. The MMA media did say that breaking news. There's a lot of rumors that it will be Aspinall versus Blades, but I just don't really trust the source. Unless Marcel or Ariel or Brett Okamoto confirm it, I don't think I'm gonna jump on it. I'm just not gonna go on it just yet, but we'll see. Ginge79 says, I remember paying £264 for UFC 70 in 2000. That's extortionate for an event back then. And 234 for Woodley Edwards, and which obviously got cancelled. I'm okay with those prices, but in the thousands is crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, you got to be a huge baller to go for that. Maybe you just got to try and wing it and sneak in, haven't you? Sneak down to the further ends there. If you are new to the channel and you've not hit the like button already, do hit that. Your Lizard21 says, I don't think I would be able to contain my excitement if Shamaev was doing the meet and greet as well as coming till. Do you know what? That is such a banging shout because, yeah, back in March, we got Brandon Moreno versus Cyril Gann. Who the meet and greet's going to be? I think Shamaev would be a good shout. I like that. It makes sense. You got to look at maybe the other options as well. Other people that can be fighting, different camps. I would like to see, if Arnold Allen isn't fighting, I'd like to see Arnold Allen at the meet and greet as well. I think that would be probably an option. Maybe. I'm all for that. Or, I wonder what other fighters are going to bring from across the seas. Either way, we'll try and be at the meet and greet. So yeah, do look out for us, no doubt. Ivan Nicholas says, yes, let's do O'Malley versus Frankie and get Frankie in the retirement home, old hack. Oh dear, Ashley's not going to like that, man. Well, she's not going to like that. Ashley's not your friend. But look, yeah, I do feel for Frankie Edgar. Personally, I do want to see him on UFC London card. I think Ash is due it before he retires. Let's just put it that way. Or look, even the meet and greet, it'd be even better. How long are we going now, guys? I can't actually think of how long we've been going. We've been going for long enough. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I've got lots to do, because tonight, later on, 9 p.m. BST, I can't remember the other time zones. You have to appreciate me. Stay close to socials. Hopefully, we're going to be talking to Nate Manus, which was a fighter Q&A, which was due the other day. I think it was Monday. But he, there was some complications. We couldn't do it in the end. But hopefully we're going to get him on the channel later on. And you know what? I'm just going to check the messages to see if we've heard back from him. He says, morning, boys. Yep. Hope you're doing well. Good morning. Yep, ready to go. Sorry, I was just reading out my last message. So yes, Nate Manus is in the house. He's going to be here on the channel. So do stay tuned for that. Do pop into the video. Get your questions going. We asked some of you guys questions in the week. We've hopefully reserved them. The video was playing up. I think we lost some of them on the video. So do save those questions. Get in when we go live. And look, it's a fan Q&A. It's all for you guys. We'll ask some questions, some important ones. And we'll open the floor up to you guys later on, get you a little bit. And then, we're going to do a little bit of a quick fire round with him and see what his answers are like, So do stay tuned in for that. That'd be exciting. But thanks for joining in for the news channel. Ivan Nicholas says, Ash says he was replying, nah, bro, he's winning that fight. And then Vera caught him. So there you go. Bit of back and forth there. Stay tuned later on, guys. Hit the subscribe button and we'll see you soon. Take care.